I'm an industrial engineer. The goal in my life has always been to make more and more products in least amount of time and resources. While working at Toyota, all I knew was how to make cars until I met Dr. Akira Miyawaki, who came to our factory to make a forest in it in order to make it carbon neutral. I was so fascinated that I decided to learn this methodology by joining his team as a volunteer. Soon, I started making a forest in the backyard of my own house, and this is how it looks after 3 years. These forests, compared to a conventional plantation, grows 10 times faster. They are 30 times more dense and 100 times more biodiverse. Within 2 years of having this forest in our backyard, I could observe that the groundwater didn't dry during summers. The number of bird species spotted in this area doubled. Quality of air became better, and we started harvesting seasonal fruits, growing effortlessly right in the backyard of our house. I wanted to make more of these forests. I was so moved by these results that I wanted to make these forests with the same acumen with which we make cars or write software or do any mainstream business. So I formed a company which is an end-to-end service provider to create these native natural forests. But to make afforestation as a mainstream business or an industry, we had to standardize the process of forest making. So we benchmarked the Toyota production system, known for its quality and efficiency, for the process of forest making. For an example, the core of TPS, Toyota production system, lies in Haijunka, which is manufacturing of different models of cars on a single assembly line. We replace these cars with trees, using which now we can make multi-layer forest. These forests utilize 100% vertical space. They are so dense that one can't even walk into them. For an example, we can make a 300 trees forest in area as small as parking spaces of 6 cars. In order to reduce cost and our own carbon footprint, we started utilizing local biomass as soil amender and fertilizers. For an example, coconut shells crushed in a machine mixed with rice straw, powder of rice husk mixed with organic manure is finally dumped in soil on which our forest is planted. Once planted, we use grass or rice straw to cover the soil so that all the water which goes into irrigation doesn't get back evaporated into atmosphere. And using these simple improvisations, today we can make a forest for cost as low as cost of an iPhone. Today we are making forests in houses, in schools, even in factories with the corporates, but that's not enough. There is a huge number of people who want to take matters in their own hands, so we let it happen. Today we are working on an internet-based platform where we are going to share our methodology on an open source, using which anyone and everyone can make their own forest without our physical presence being there, using our methodology. On a click of a button, they can get to know all the native species of their place. By installing a small hardware probe on site, we can do remotely soil testing, using which we can give step-by-step instructions of forest making remotely. Also, we can monitor the growth of this forest without being on site. This methodology, I believe, has a potential. By sharing, we can actually bring back our native forest. Now, when you go back home, if you see a barren piece of land, do remember that it can be a potential forest. Thank you very much. Thanks. Thank you.
Well, it started with really just a vision of lining a whole block in front yard gardens. After finding the wicking bed technology, recognizing that it's possible to salvage materials, I put out a call to the community, and we had a kickoff event for this vision. We had over 100 people show up, and many of them were jumping on the fact to host one in their front yard. So we honed our vision, focused on one block as a pilot model for this project. We've lined this whole block in front yard community gardens. Now we're documenting this process and creating how-tos, and know-how and sharing those resources and tools so that folks from all around the country who've been contacting us can share this vision with their communities. So at the Work Days, we've We've transformed an old garage into a community workshop. We've received all kinds of tool donations. We've set up community composting programs. We've pre-built over 40 wicking bed gardens frames. We've come out and planted them along the street, and ending each workday with a big potluck and a feast, enjoying like fresh, local, healthy food and great times, live music. We're having fun and meeting friends and, you know, just reconnecting. The next step is to move beyond the pilot. We've worked out the kinks, we know how to do it, we know how to talk to people, how to find materials, resources, donations, make connections. So we're taking this to all other parts of Austin and just virally allowing it to spread and unfold organically the same way that it worked here. Then we're going to be sharing those resources and toolkits as well with other cities, empowering you and your communities to do the same. This is not the only way to do it, this is just a way to do it, but we're finding what works and we're sharing that so that you don't have to make the same mistakes. Keep in touch with us on our blog at foodisfreeproject.org or search Food is Free Project on Facebook. Stay connected with us, you know, ask us questions, let us know your vision of how this can happen in your community and what you need, what we can do to empower you and really allow it to unfold. We're excited and we'll keep you updated with what happens next.
The Food is Free project connects people to their communities and their food systems through ultra-local food production. Our tool of choice has been front yard raised wicking bed gardens, and here's how you can build one. We've been using shipping pallets because they're easy to find for free, but any salvage lumber will do. Start by lining the bottom and sides of the frame with repurposed political signs. Just one more reason to get involved in local politics. The signs help fill the gaps in the pallets and protect the liner. We've gotten agricultural plastic donated, but any waterproof material will work. And if you're lucky, you can score some old billboard material. Next, you want to rock about 6 inches of pea gravel, crushed glass, or loose stones. And this is going to act as your reservoir. Cut a feeder tube from PVC, but bamboo is a nice alternative when available. Your feeder should rest about halfway into your reservoir. Now fashion an overflow tube. The next layer will be our wicking fabric. Landscape material, fabric scraps, or old sheets will work just fine. Now we're ready for our soil. Any mix of garden or potting soil should do fine, but we always amend our beds with organic matter from our community compost pile. And now you're ready for planting. You can start from seed, but we've had much better luck transplanting seedlings. When it's time to water, just stick a garden hose into your feeder and fill the reservoir on low pressure. You'll know your bed is full when you see water coming from your overflow. This is a great place to plant a hardy herb, like rosemary. Now the first week or so you'll need to water from above to help your babies get established. But once they are, plants love to be watered from below, and with regular attendance and care, your garden could be booming in no time. Don't forget to share with your neighbors.
Have you ever thought about our cities becoming greener and more sustainable? in harmony with our natural environment. Have you ever thought about adopting efficient ecological solutions to help change the way we live and treat our cities? What if we had access to healthier, tastier food, growing it, and even sharing it? It's not so hard to imagine, is it? At New City, we believe in resilient, healthy living in modern cities, and that's why we have come up with an urban food cycle. This equipment set will allow you to produce, process, consume, compost, store and reuse, creating your own sustainable and efficient urban food cycle in the city. But first things first, the New City Grow Bed. The New City Grow Bed is an efficient gardening system with self-regulating sub-irrigation. It's easy to assemble and low maintenance, and allows you to plant a wide variety of fruit, vegetables and medicinal herbs anywhere. But how does the system work? Through the supply tube, you fill the water reservoir. Points of capillarity allow plants to obtain the water they need when they need it, while the ventilation area guarantees perfect oxygenation of the root zone, resulting in stronger, healthier and more resilient plants. The New City Grow Bed is self-sufficient for up to 3 weeks, solving common problems such as excess or insufficient watering and drastically reducing water loss through evaporation or drainage. It consumes up to 80% less water than conventional cultivation systems. We are a team of 6 people who are passionate about permaculture, architecture and design, and who have joined forces and share knowledge for almost 2 years. Together, we have developed, tested and refined every detail of the grow bed. We have combined practical solutions with high-quality, durable materials to produce an easy-to-use product that is quick to assemble, compact and lightweight. Especially developed for urban agriculture, New City Grow Beds are suitable for any type of space and can be used individually or fitted together in different combinations depending on the space available. Besides creating and developing equipment for urban agriculture, we believe that education has a key role in demystifying its practice, bringing urban citizens closer to nature. And this is why we dedicate part of our time to creating and sharing exclusive teaching materials about vegetables and the basics of organic farming and other sustainable practices. And best of all, they're free.
Hi, I'm Jose.
And I'm Pedro. We're creators of the Grow Bed and the founders of New City Urban Ecology. We've made great progress thanks to our commitment and personal investment in the project. However, to take the next step, we need your help.
If you reach our target of 30,000 euros in 40 days, this money will help us cover the cost of the first large-scale production of our grow bed. Beyond this, we'll continue to develop and launch new products, making urban agriculture as easy and efficient as we believe it should be.
Thank you very much for your support.
Thank you.